what's that about?
Welcome to Shooting the Shit with Wanda and T. Tonight we are reviewing Love and Marriage Huntsville Season 1, Episode 5. But before we start, D, what you got to say?
Smash that thumbs up and subscribe to our channel.
All right, so we start off this episode with Tisha and Kiki. They arguing what it was last week. Who you talking about? Me now. Okay, that's where we left off at. Tisha talking about, she talking about the situation. I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about the situation with Kimmy. Tisha, they start arguing again about how long we're gonna be talking about this. Tisha apologized again. She said, you know, they had this argument before, they talked about it, they had dinner, she thought they were good, and you still holding on to stuff from the past, and she tired of talking about it. Sound like the same thing Mel was saying to her.
Yeah, to her.
I'm tired of talking about it.
I want to say that, but I'm also say, Kiki, you was at the graduation party, like coming at Kimmy, like you said, on Tisha's behalf. So when did you like rebirth your anger about this particular situation?
When she got called out for talking about Tisha. Oh, but you did this.
So yeah, it was an afterthought then.
Yep. I only did this because you did that. No.
No.
Well, Tisha told her, just like Kimmy told Tisha, that if they weren't cousins, they wouldn't be friends.
I was like, word.
Recycling, huh? Yeah.
She just what's Trump's wife? She just Melania Trump's
Didn't she?
Kimmy.
Didn't she? That's all with them, but that let me know too. Because they said they had an issue and they argued about this before. Further lets me know this is why Mel invited this girl, because she know her and Tisha had issue in the past, and she know Kiki is the type.
Well, I was gonna say, well, we know Mel is messy, but I'm gonna say this. It still falls on you, Kiki, because you had two options. You could have said, no, thank you, I'm not going, because you know what Mel was up to. She ain't asked you.
He was not gonna pass up being on camera.
Okay, well then you should have said, I ain't gonna sit up here and talk about their marriage. That's their other option, but you ain't do that.
Kiki mama, she mad. She
was team Mel on that.
Like, yeah, she's jealous.
You understood the assignment.
She seems like the type that's jealous because her cousin is the one that's on here, and she probably won't that.
I tell you what, you know, they be doing crazy things in the country. Miss Wanda, did y'all Zeke old girl?
My cousin said she
did y'all Zeke Kiki? Is that your daughter and you ain't want to say nothing, and she got raised by your sister, what have you, and
it happens, child.
You know, in the country they be doing that. Miss Wanda, you know you was fast girl out there with a husband and a boyfriend.
And she looked like she's probably the oldest child, so yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think Miss Wanda Zeke does.
So
Kiki, how old are you, girl? You better check your birth certificate. Make sure you as old as you said as the things say you are, because you might be 45 instead of 40. I don't know how you're supposed to be. I'm just saying. I have heard people be out here hiding people's birth certificate.
Unless Wanda 20. We don't know.
Lord help us. If she was, we would know that already.
Martell visit Marceau at Scott. He bring up the little book signing situation. It was good, but Mel wouldn't let the kids come. Oh.
I don't want to hear about the book signing no more, Martell.
He said, well, why she didn't let him come? She would say that I didn't give her enough heads up. You can't even say because you hadn't even talked to her. She would say that I didn't give enough heads up. And I emailed her, and he like, Marcel, like, email, you didn't email her. Yeah, I emailed her because she don't respond to the phone conversation, so I have to keep documentation reaching out.
I feel like every time I say Mel's name, I have to preface it with, she's not my favorite person. Because I don't be feeling Mel most of the time. But I am here for the emails. I'm here for the you can't call me.
Email me.
Email me. And if I decide I want to respond, then I will. I might just delete it.
Marcel said both of them out here using these kids as pawns. That might be true, a little bit of both of them. A little bit of both of them.
I did see Martell post Easter pictures of the babies. Minus
What
one.
you mean? What you mean?
Apparently there was Easter at his house. I was like, okay, Easter Sunday was his Sunday. Because he posted pictures of his children, like his mama had a big spread. There was pictures of him and the kids and the mama, and it looked like a cousin or something, but I didn't.
But their little baby wasn't there? Okay.
But I was like, here go another holiday photo.
Nobody care about you having the kids on Easter. That's a boring holiday, right?
I mean, but he does that, like, you know, he tries to promote this, and I'm guessing he is. I'm a good dad. You know what I'm saying? I love.
He said he was a good dad.
Never not like, you know what I'm saying, wanted to have his kids. Like back in the day, he was the one taking them to school and stuff. So that part doesn't surprise me.
But who he live with? His mama?
I don't know where he lives. I'm just saying that you would think that since he's posting these photos of his children, he would post them all. Like,
and then I'm asking,
coleslaw would be like, no holidays. You know, if he said, let me get the baby, she has got him packed and ready because she wants him to get all the shine.
Right, because she can't get it, put the baby on there. But I was just wondering because every time it seemed like he had the kids, he had his mama house. He ain't got no house. He's staying with his mama. I think he's staying with his mama.
Or he's staying over at that apartment that him and Marcel used to have back in the day together.
Because that apartment I believe exists, and I believe he just took it over because he got to live there. But he brings up he want to have another guy trip to Atlanta because he wants to have the last tasting so he could launch out this wine that he then came up with. And Marcel was looking like, what? You trying to go back? You be trying to do this Atlanta again? He was like, well, it ain't that kind of trip. It ain't gonna be no clubs and all that. We're trying
to say something about reading the Bible study. Well, ain't nobody say you had to go that far.
Right. He said, Marcel said, oh, I'm going to the club. If I'm going to the club.
I don't blame Marcel. I'm going all the way to Atlanta to not do anything. You sound crazy.
He said, you just because you up in the club don't mean that you ain't you gotta act single. Okay. He said him and Tisha trust each other, and her opinion is the only opinion that he care about. I was like, since when? Because
he was just asking
last trip she really wanted you to do them vows and you weren't caring about her opinion then, but now I'm
noticing a new trend with him. I was like, is he trying to rebrand the way he treats his wife on television because everybody has a problem with it? I mean, good. Stop embarrassing her. You should.
Yeah. So Martell tells Marceau that he want to buy back into Scout, because Scout was Scott and Holt when they first started, and that's where Scout came from. And they used to work along, but then, you know, after a while, they started separating. They weren't agreeing on a whole lot of stuff.
Cause you was over there saying somebody had 20 girlfriends. That's when shit went left at Scout.
So he said, Marceau's response was, well, you know, I'm just the president. And even though I'm the president, I don't have the majority shares of the company. So I can't tell you that you could just come up in here and I got to talk this over with my wife because she has the majority share. So he can't say without Tisha. That's cute and all, but don't try to put it on Tisha. Don't use Tisha as a scapegoat.
I think that was the whole plan all along. I think that's why she has the extra percentage. So that when, because Gold, right, was them together, but I think that way when he disagrees with Martell, he can get his way through Tisha. And he won't have to say it's him. He could just say she gets the final vote. So she's always gonna go his way. But then he doesn't have to be a bad guy. You know what I'm saying? I think it was always supposed to be like that. If it's Martell and Tisha and Marceau, give her the extra percentage. So the bottom line, the last word always goes down to her. And then I have to be responsible for any of it. That's her decision, not mine.
Well, baby, that's what he did. He threw it right on out there. So he could say, well, Tisha said, I wanted to, man, but Tisha said.
I think that was the plan all along.
Yep. So he said, well, what we can do is work on this little joint venture that I got going on with Destiny. Destiny, she want to build these salon suites. So let's work on that and then see how, you know, me and you work together or whatever. He was like, all right, but he was like, but how would you feel? How would you think? You know? Yeah, I would love to do it, but like I said, let's see. Okay, man.
Honestly, I think
I really appreciate that.
It's a better idea for y'all to do projects and don't be like never ever. Like just do projects together.
Right. Once again, what happened to old boy? He ain't messing with you either. Oh, okay. And I already told you, Martell, your what you did, your personality or your image out there is not good. Ain't too many people gonna want to do business outside of Destiny. He couldn't put you on no project with nobody for real.
I think Martell, if he could definitely fix his image. It seems like he's working on that now, but what you don't have is your builder's license. Like you don't have the licensing in order to move forward. You can do just about anything, and like him and Coleslaw can have a show and people will probably watch it. I don't feel like his image is not fixable. You know what I mean? I was looking
right now they're pulling out. They were pulling out of projects though.
Huh?
They were pulling out of projects though.
Well, the block was hot then. That's what I'm saying. Like, I just don't feel like anybody can fix their image. And people forget about stuff over time. I was looking at his wine, like it was a picture of him with the wine and whatever, and I was like, honestly, it's a good looking ad. It's just Martell. So I'm distracted by that. But if it was just a random thing, it's a, good looking guy with a bottle of wine. Look like, I would want to drink it, but I'm like, it's Martell though.
Right. So take your face off of the wine too, just like you took yourself off that book. And sale. So now we had Kimmy and Maurice home. Girl, Maurice putting up the TV, Kimmy talking about him working with his hands. It's making her hot. I'm like, y'all trying to clean up y'all image too, because we know it's a little bit of trouble. That little linebacker stuff really had your little something over there. But y'all trying to do y'all clean up y'all little, we still in love. I get it, do you? She bring up Tisha and Kiki's argument. And bottom line, Maurice is like, look, niece and daughter gonna have to talk to Wanda. And she, that ain't my business. He like, oh, somehow you gonna get tied into it. So be ready, because you brought it to us. So be ready.
Well, they do that. And Wanda has a thing for your man, so she don't like you anyway, just because Maurice is her baby.
That's what we found out, ain't it? That was the whole thing the whole time. She was like Maurice.
She's like Maurice.
So that's looking at Mo, because mom was with the other brother. And that's why she, you know what I'm saying? She wanted her one of them Scots too.
Oh, wait.
Mel mom was with a Scott.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. You said Mo. Yeah, Mel's mom. Ugh. She was with that Scott. No wonder why she wasn't saying nothing. She did not want the people to know.
You was dry.
Like, look here, I'll meet you in Carolina. She was meeting this nigga like 5 hours away, like not here.
Okay, so Destiny meet with Maurice at his office to get financial help. Okay, after her divorce. She said she's trying to get her credit right because she needs to refinance her home. She got 1 year to put her marital home now in her name. Okay.
Hold on 1 second.
Wait a minute, my back itch.
Oops.
Okay, so she's trying to get her credit right because she has to refinance her home now in her name. She got 1 year to put her marital home in her name. Okay, because she don't want to have to move. She don't want to have to uproot the baby and everything. And she told him that at one point she had to get public assistance. And he's like, what you mean? You had to get a PPP loan? And she's like, no, I had to get public assistance. How? I still want to know.
I've been trying to figure, and listen, I don't know, but I know that she owns a business. Can you own a business and get public assistance?
You can't even have, unless it's different down there, child. But here they used to be like, you can't have more than 5,000 in your savings account. Do you remember something like that?
If that much. And then also, like, I don't make a lot of money, but I make too much money to qualify for public.
Like the money she made from the show shouldn't be way.
It should be more than my year's salary just from the show. Right. She should make more than my year's salary. Plus, she has a business. Like I get like the people because I was able to get one, you know, because I'm an independent contractor.
Right.
So
no branch of public assistance, like girl, quit with not telling us shit. Just tell us, who is you talking about? Is you getting stamps? You don't qualify for stamps, you're gonna qualify for cash assistance.
No.
You can like WIC. You should be making too much for.
I couldn't even qualify for insurance. They wouldn't
cover insurance
for my kids. And so I had to get Florida Kid Care because I made too much to cover. And trust me, when I say too much, I'm just barely over that, you know what I'm saying, that minimum.
Right.
So I'm confused, Destiny. I didn't know you could own a business and collect, because
like you said, the check that she's getting from this show should be way too much. Period. I don't know. It's not
plus, she has a beauty supply store. She has this platform. I don't know why she wouldn't have taken her business online and stopped trying to have. Girl, what is you doing that you can't go in the store and work yourself? What are you talking about having employees? Like when you start a business, I know people that got little boutiques and stores and they'll be in that store from the time it opened until the time it closed, because it's your
She said
business.
because she ain't had a babysitter, but it ain't that busy that the baby can't be in the store. It ain't that busy.
It's her business. The baby can be in the store. It's not.
I don't know. I was trying. I've been.
They don't have daycares on Destiny.
I don't know, child. So he asked her, "How is Madani doing?" And she said, "It's been open, then closed, then open, then closed." I said, "Well, the people was saying that her business was closed. Now we know it was closed when they said it was closed."
But she was saying, "My store is not closed.
Yeah.
I just don't know why she doesn't just work there."
Yeah.
And little Law needs to go to daycare. Like, I don't.
Maybe is that the pup? No, because evidently he ain't going to daycare. But you can't. I couldn't even get daycare taken care of. So I don't know.
It's hard to get daycare taken care of. But what I'm
Yeah.
saying is, she got Huntsville money and her store. So her Huntsville money should at least cover daycare while you go to work at your own business and don't worry about having payroll. You know what I'm saying? Payroll is probably the most expensive thing in your business. You know what I'm saying? The payroll is what costs the most.
Well, he that she used her business or that building for alternative use. And she said that's why she's doing the whole salon suites. Okay. And then she's also gonna have a content room. But
okay, but then you're gonna need a business loan to cover because the salon suites have to be what do you call it, specifications?
But if you want public assistant, how you got money to do construction? Because I ain't on public assistance, but let me know, because there's stuff around this house that I want done. Like, where's all of this money? 1 minute.
The people that own my salon got the building next door to the salon. It used to be kind of like a crystal incense store. He took that space and he turned it into suites. And he had to go in there and build out that whole thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but where is the money? How do you?
Well, that's what I was gonna say. He had to put money into it though in order to do that.
So
like, and I'm guessing once you own
money,
you get a business loan, but then your credit gotta be right. So Destiny,
clearly her credit ain't right because his face said enough. His face said enough. That credit ain't right.
Stuff she's saying ain't matching don't make sense. So then what's gonna happen is when you go to the food stamps place or the public assistance place, and they gonna ask you about loans. Have you got a loan? And you be like, I mean, how much does it cost? $20,000 to build out a salon suite? And I'm just throwing a number out there. So you got a loan for $20,000 and you still collecting public assistance?
Yeah, ain't making sense. That ain't making sense. And she talking about she was paying out of her personal savings to maintain her business. Well, you had to have a lot in your savings to even do that. But he tells her she doing a good job making it look good on the outside. Then he tells her that she needs a village. And he asked what's going on with the situation with her friend. And she said, she talked about, them going to lunch and Mel saying Tisha was her enemy. And she didn't understand that. Now, she said Mel told her that, to try to get to know Tisha on her own. And then when she did that, now she has an issue. And I guess now her and Tisha has this friendship. And he said, no.
You ain't telling it right, Destiny. That's not what it is. Mel told you to get to know Tisha on your own. When she said that, her and Tisha were on this, working on their friendship.
Fake friend.
Okay, so then you did that, but then you didn't now turn around and was talking to Tisha about her and behind her back. That's the issue, Destiny. Stop acting like that's not what it is. She heard you and Tisha talking about her. Sorry, y'all. I gotta pull the shoe off my foot.
Again, me, I still got my work clothes on and my work shoes, and they had to come off. Okay. Woo, child. Okay. So he say, doing what you know about Tisha, would you be Tisha's friend regardless if you knew that her and Mel were enemies? And she said, yeah. And she said, if she had knew that Tisha was Mel's enemy, then she would have befriended her. She wouldn't have befriended her because she was Mel's friend. But I'm like, how do you not know that? Everybody knew they didn't get along.
We knew, and you
everybody know they don't get along.
You said you was talking to her every day. So please don't act like y'all did not talk about Tisha, because you did.
You did.
That's what we do
about it.
That's what we do
about it.
I don't even live there. I know about the people that are a problem for you. You don't live here. You know about the people that are a problem for me.
Right. Come on. So
it's nothing, like based on the incident that I just went through with a certain Becky with the good hair. You was ready to get a flight, and Trisha was ready to pull up. So
right. Absolutely. So you knew. I'm like, that's okay, Destiny.
And even like if it wasn't an enemy situation, I just feel like, I mean, based on the conversations that we've had about this person, I don't really feel like I need to seek out a relationship with her. For what?
Mm-hmm.
It could just be, hey girl, we on the show, so it could be very surface.
Yeah. Like
Kimmy managed just to surface her way through a lot of shit. She don't get caught up in none of that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I would say Destiny and Tisha are both needy friends. Maybe they should friend each other because they sound
I think they're good for each other. I think they're good for each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. He goes through this whole she was going through something the other day. She couldn't call Mel. She called Tisha, and Tisha helped her through it. But I do think that even though she might have came through the show being Mel and Martell's friend, I think her and Tisha probably is more compatible.
Yeah, because they're needy.
Yeah, it seems like.
Why didn't you leave the baby over Tisha's house? She's your new friend. Let her babysit for you while you.
She probably will too, because she already got them kids over there. Because she used to staying at home with the kids, so she probably would.
And if she ain't there, Wanda there, but Wanda don't like you. She think you a monkey.
Now she will. Now she'll like her, just like now.
Change your mind? Yeah.
Like Tisha, Kimmy.
Because she'd be like, she stole her friend. She stole them.
Because she on Tisha's side. So now she'll like her. So he told the most important thing is people being there when you most need them. So he told her to continue her relationship with Tisha, and he was gonna pray for her more. All right. Marcel and Tisha. Marcel making Tisha some coffee. It look good. I would like some coffee. That's
those cups. I had those same coffee cups at one point.
That was espresso, wasn't it?
That would look cute on your little coffee bar. Those coffee cups. Yeah.
Is this the same coffee that Wanda was trying to get you? Oh no, you wanted Wanda to make you some coffee the other day. Okay.
Yeah. So she is shut up.
Delicious. It did look delicious. So Tisha tells Marcel, she want Wanda to shadow him at the cigar lounge and the kitchen manager, because she needs to learn how to run a business, not just cook. I agree. However, I don't think she should shadow Marcel. She should definitely shadow the kitchen manager.
Jalen, the kitchen manager.
Yeah, y'all know that's not gonna work with her.
I heard her potatoes are off the chain.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, let us see them then.
Yeah, I heard they're good. Like she got steak, stuffed baked potatoes, and yeah, they were talking about how good they are.
Yeah, she just needs somebody to learn. She do need to learn that business side. And he was talking about, and he wasn't trying to do it, but like she said, that's our investment. So we want our investment to work. She needs to learn that side. And she's right, but it ain't gonna work with her following him. They're gonna argue the whole time. Just put her with somebody who do the working part.
He will. Wanda. He don't even know how to do it because he don't be there.
Right. Then he tells her that Martell wants back in scope. And they go through that whole, she agreed that when they were together, they work good together, that they balance each other out. But she can't trust him. Okay, and if I can't trust you, I can't be in business with you. And I agree.
I don't disagree with nothing she said.
I agree. So that's that.
It's too much rumors and stuff attached to that. I don't want it.
Nobody's trying to do that. Then it's gonna be more mess. Mel gonna be like, now all of a sudden y'all working with Martell, and that's
not just that, but if he's around like that, then Coleslaw gonna, she out here still comfort him, and don't nobody want to be around her because she over here talking about what kind of tea she got on their marriage, and then Maurice and Kimmy's marriage, and So.
I didn't think about Coleslaw, but he do come with coleslaw. I didn't think that. Makes sense. All right, y'all. We at the end. Mel and Destiny, they gonna meet up. Mel asked her what's going on. And Destiny said she ain't know what was going on between them. Only thing she realized is that something was off. She said she had been hearing little rumblings from mutual friends. And she was like, Mel was like, well, I don't talk about you. And if I do, they get vague responses. That ain't you, Mel. You didn't give old girl, what's her name, Stormy.
You was talking to Stormy about it. You was talking to Kimmy about it.
Any probably whoever that
folks that we don't know.
It ain't vague.
I would talk about it and I ain't even gonna front. I would be like, this was supposed to be my friend, and then she gonna get close to this chick that I don't like, which is fine if they want to be friends, but they was talking about me. And I'm not with that shit.
And say that. Don't say I don't do that. If I don't even bring you up. Don't do that. Don't do that. No. So Destiny said, well, whatever was said, whatever you were saying to these people has stopped people from wanting to work with her. So she said they had a friend that she met through mail, that the two of them were going into business together. But she wanted to know what was going on between her and Mel, because she decided she didn't want to work with her because whatever was going on, she didn't want that to overshadow the project that they were working on.
Is she talking about Stormy?
Do you think it was Stormy? I didn't even think about it.
I think it's Stormy because...
Is that why the argument goes up?
And then I'm like, okay, Destiny, so where did the money come from the event? I guess from sponsors. But when she had that event last time, she said Stormy was one of her sponsors, and Mel was looking at her like, so, and see, this is the thing, Destiny, like all these little things, like Mel was keeping score of all the shit you were doing, and that's why y'all aren't friends anymore. That thing with Tisha was just the last straw with you. You had that thing, that big event, and you said Stormy was a sponsor, but you didn't even talk to Mel. You talk about you forgot to ask her to be a sponsor. But you met Stormy through Mel. That's how you met her. Stormy has a hair business, so it makes sense for, you know, them to collaborate. And Stormy was probably like this, since you're Mel's friend, then of course, like we can work on a project together. And now that you're not friends, it just seems like a Stormy kind of thing to do, to be like, since I saw all the mess going on, because Stormy was very in tune to the review. She brings that shit, I mean, the reunion, she brings that shit up all the time.
Absolutely. Yeah, I didn't even think about Storm.
And Destiny, you seem awfully dependent on Mel's connections for your shit. Marceau, Stormy, even your new best friend, you met her through Mel. Like, is there anything in your life that you didn't get through Mel?
But didn't she just move there though? So she wasn't from Huntsville.
But all your connections come from the same person though?
Yeah, because she came and jumped straight on the show.
I think that's because of Mel.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like, you know, Mel has been like in that whole she's not a good friend, like she done hooked you up, like she done put you in a position to feed your family. So
here's the thing. I feel like by her, it all started, and Mel bring it back up. It all started with her not saying nothing about the divorce, and then everything got sour after that.
But I mean, if it were me, I would feel like, well, then we're not that close. And if you go through something like that and don't share with me, my first instinct is gonna be like, well, I'm not saying nothing. I'm not telling her nothing else about me that's personal. Because clearly that's not where our friendship is at. That's when everything changed. And then she
That's when it changed.
The whole last season, she was feeling salty about that. It was a whole list of things that you did. And then, like I said, the thing with the event, now you're going to play her like, you had my friend be your sponsor, but then you left me out of, you know, they'd be like, oh yeah, I forgot. Girl, Destiny, you moving fugazi.
So Mel pulls out. Well, first they start talking about the issue that was happening at the reunion, how it wasn't accurate, because Destiny said she hadn't spoke to Mel since the reunion. And Mel pulls out her text messages and started reading messages from Destiny. And Destiny like, I don't say that, whatever word it was, I forgot, chillaxing. I don't use that word.
She did all of that stuff, and she added chillaxing in there. Destiny, stop. You did.
Then they showed a picture of Destiny on the beach. And I was like, she looked like she was at a resort. I was like, on public assistance, you at the resort? Destiny, you're gonna have to explain that to me. I'm sorry. Then she said that Martell said that she talks to him every day. And she said, of course, that says she don't, which I don't believe she talked to Martell every day. I don't believe that.
I don't believe Mel believes that either, but I do feel like Mel is looking at it like, if you would sit up here and talk to Tisha about me, then you'll talk to Martell about me.
Well, she definitely talked. We gonna see. She talked to Martell about her. We didn't see her talking to Martell. Yeah. But she said, well, Mel said you shouldn't be talking to Martell, period, after how he be on social media dogging me out every day, that you shouldn't have no conversation.
She's wrong about that. But I mean, I understand her feeling like, Destiny, you talking about Martell about her.
She do.
Especially now.
She do. Did I read that? Oh, she said when Tisha commented on the reunion, Mel wasn't being a good friend. Destiny should have said Mel has been a damn good friend. Okay. I think at that point, like I said, at that point, the reunion, I think it was already like that between the two of them. So she was not going to come.
Well, I think Mel didn't realize though, because based on the text messages, I think Mel was like, I'm reaching out, I don't know what's going on with Destiny, but I also think Destiny and Tisha had already talked. And when they got to that reunion, Mel was blindsided. She thought her and Tisha was cool. And Tisha was like, she ruined my marriage. So Mel was like, we back all the way back to there. And then Destiny, like, I don't know where we are. So in that moment, I was like, yeah, Mel was blindsided, but she's also, you know, Mel blew up her own marriage on the show. So Mel is a master at holding on to that shit. She was probably sitting up there like, okay, all right, okay. But when we start filming again,
I'm gonna come back.
I will got these receipts for that ass.
Then she said, you know, they brought up the whole overhearing her talking, and Destiny said, well, did you hear my aunt talking loud saying, I should be careful about you, and me defending you? Mel said, no, I didn't hear none of that.
Your aunt is not Tisha, so that's apples and oranges, Destiny. Because I'm not gonna feel the same way about what your aunt has to say versus me hearing you and Tisha talking about me.
I will feel some kind of way because I'm like, why is your aunt saying that?
Oh, you will feel some kind of way, but not the same thing. Not the same thing though. Not if you heard her saying, no, she's not like that. Because people looking at TV like, they'll get on my last nerve. I think she's full of shit. But at the same time, I don't think she's wrong about this particular thing. Destiny, you know.
The only thing with this whole argument between Destiny and Tisha, Mel, is that I do believe that Mel would say, she ain't gonna say don't work with Destiny, but she'll be like, I wouldn't mess with the girl. You could do what you want to do, girl, but you know, I don't trust her. I do think that Mel would.
I can see her saying that, but if it's Stormy, Stormy seemed like she come to her own, you know what I'm saying?
If it was Stormy, I definitely, and that's probably it. That makes sense that it was Stormy because Destiny and Stormy is gonna get into it.
Yeah.
That makes sense that that's who it was, and I didn't think about Stormy.
But I don't feel like Destiny would have had to influence Stormy too much. I think she probably called her up and been like, you know, they was talking about it, and then I don't gotta work with her then. If that's how it's gonna be, I see Stormy being that girl. But I have to wonder, like, would I? Because I feel like if you were no longer friends with somebody that I met through you, like, why am I gonna continue the relationship if we haven't started yet? We haven't started this business.
Hadn't even started the relationship.
You and this person ain't cool no more. I met her through you. So if y'all ain't friends, I don't really have to do that. So, you know, I can understand stuff like, don't blame Mel because people don't want to work with you no more. Stop using her connections to get to the next level.
Well,
because it feels like a lot of Destiny's coins is attached to Mel right now.
The only thing I hate that, like I said, I feel like all of this blew up because of the divorce, her not saying anything about it. And I feel like if they could go back and turn the tables back, and if Destiny told her about it,
it would be different.
Like, yeah, they would have been better. And I feel like Mel probably would have helped her because she had just been through the divorce. Let me tell you what you need to do. This is how you get these coins from old boy. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it kind of would have been that kind of relationship.
But Destiny probably went stomping out of the relationship like, I don't need nothing from you. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
too old boy.
Yeah.
And he ain't talking. He ain't said a word. He disappeared. LeBerry don't want to have nothing to do with nothing, child.
If somebody was divorcing me and was like, I don't want your money, I would be like, okay.
And she ain't getting no child support from LeBerry either. Because we know he got a restaurant. He should have some pretty good support.
Is she? Because I used to, it wasn't on no books somewhere, but I used to get it.
But I got it on the books, but.
No, I'm just saying, like,
I'm
is she getting it? Because I didn't have it on the books. And I guarantee
but you didn't have to report it.
I was getting more off the books than I would have if I had been on the book. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, baby, I got to be on the book because I got to get, I want mine, I want it consistent. I was like,
but
okay.
That's what I'm saying, and I had it like that. You know, something happened and things went left, but you know, the kids is almost, you know, the kids are grown at this point. But I had it like that. What I'm saying is it was definitely consistent. It was not on the books, but it was more that I would have been getting if I had been on the books. If I had been on the books, I would have been getting less money. You know?
Oh no, I wouldn't have been. I wouldn't have been.
But what I'm saying is definitely
they jobs was different. They jobs was different. LeBert, if he got that business, LeBert bringing in some money.
She should have been on the books.
Got more. She would have got more.
Yeah. Maybe she's not on the books. That don't mean she ain't getting child support.
Because you don't think right.
Saying things like he don't take care of his kid. She ain't said that not one time.
No, because she said he be with his daddy. Say that.
So then,
because remember we was trying to wonder if the daddy was buried.
You're not being very transparent, Destiny. That's what I'm saying. Like,
I'm just trying to figure this out. It's just the math ain't math, and I'm just trying to figure it out because I know, like, how they was denying me for everything, but I'm just trying to figure it out.
And you like, but I'm poor.
Right. Especially now, I mean, I'm just saying, Destiny, if you
I wouldn't have known. I was like, why are the eggs $3 for a dozen eggs?
I go to the grocery store, I guarantee I spend $200 every single time I go to, and then I get my bags and I'll be like, it's 4 freaking bags. Every time. I'm just saying, if you know some child, let us know.
Tell the people, Destiny, what you got going on. We don't want to go to jail, but we want to know your secret.
Because baby, if y'all giving out like that in Huntsville, I might need to go to Huntsville.
Okay, girl.
Woo, child. But they argue. Mel end up getting up and leave. And that's how that ended. To me, this was like a real filler episode. To me, it went by so fast. I was like, oh, that was it. It wasn't about nothing to me. What you think, D? You like this week?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
I ain't really care for it though.
But
Next week, Kiki and Wanda gonna sit down together.
Her daughter, Z.
Yeah.
now here is the mystery. It's not a mystery, but here.
He wanted to show you y'all his Easter, one of his Easter
toy
presents.
that she bought.
Poor my
Is that a booty?
Poor finger is the name of the game.
No, that's nasty. That's nasty.
Hey, but she's the one who ordered it.
Nasty. I don't want it. We not
She's the one who ordered it.
Yes, it says 10 plus farts and louder. It's new and improved. Okay.
Yeah, and that's nasty and it dudes.
So you have the outfit of the game is when you pull his finger, his butt inflates.
I just said my pulse so bad.
Say it one more time, D.
Smash that thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Get that link.
Bye, y'all.
Hello.
There you go.